Here at the family table, our political panel joins me now, Tiffany Smiley and John McCarthy. Tiffany, a Republican strategist and founder of Endeavor PAC. John, Democratic strategist, former senior advisor to President Biden. Okay, I'm going to play you soundbite, that sound on tape, ladies and gentlemen. That's what SOT means. From the thing we opened the show with, because it's still resonating. It will for the entire weekend, I predict. When both Zohran Mamdani, mayor-elect of New York, and President Trump were asked about their style in politics, and they both addressed it. Listen.
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions and our views, and what I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers. And frankly, that is something that could transform the lives of the 8.5 million people who are currently struggling under a cost of living crisis, with 1 in 4 living in poverty. And the meeting came back again and again to what it could look like to lift those New Yorkers out of struggle and start to deliver them a city that they could do more than just struggle to afford it, but actually start to live in it.
And I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting. Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to working together.
What? I mean, I have watched President Trump for many, many years. I'm not at the building as I used to be, but it is so rare to see him be that forgiving about something so personal. Usually what touches him personally, he not only remembers, but remembers unforgivingly. Tiffany?
Well, I think, Mamdani is obviously the most radical Democrat candidate our country has ever seen. And
not ever seen.
Ooh,
as he
close.
name-checked in his election night speak, Eugene v. Debs would be right up there, okay?
But mayor-elect of the largest city in our country. And I think, there's probably a lot of people kind of taking a sigh of relief watching this meeting. You think of the financial markets, the real estate developers. There was a lot of people that had anxiety about the future of Mamdani running New York City. So it's refreshing in a sense to see them be able to put their political kind of hats aside and address the policy. And I think more Americans want to see that. They want to see good policy that actually solves problems and makes lives better. And that's what they were addressing. They came together because of a deep love of New York City.
Yeah, I don't think that we can really sit and believe, though, that this is suddenly a new President Trump and that we're going to have peace and prosperity at home and abroad and love in a bipartisanship kind of way. Yes, and I think that he know what he was doing, and he loves a winner. He wanted to be associated with a winner, and that's really what today was about. Because if you actually look at this in the broader context, right, earlier this week we've seen polls out of Fox News saying that Republicans are losing ground on the economy. A couple weeks ago, after the election, we saw that Donald Trump's party basically lost the inroads that they had made with Democratic voters. So Donald Trump is in need of a reset. And I think that he is realizing that the Democratic message that's focusing in on affordability is resonating with people. So he's, I don't know that he's someone who really latches into a hard political construct. He's looking to be with a winner.
Well, Tiffany, from a Republican perspective, because the RNC said it, the National Republican Congressional Campaign Committee has said it, they want to make Zohran Mamdani a kind of avatar for the worst of the Democratic Party nationally. They sort of want to associate anyone who's in any given race in any different congressional district or state, a Zohran Mamdani-like Democrat. Did what the president do or say today in any way undercut that and make that strategy less worthwhile?
I think that's still to be played out, perhaps. But
it certainly created some instability there.
But what he also did is he gave him a platform. Maybe perhaps showing this is the leader of the Democrat Party. The Democrats are so lost and dismantled that now this young green mayor-elect, who is a quote-unquote communist, Trump has called him a communist, is now the leader of the Democrat Party. And that just will not sell across the United States of America to voters. There's another signal that I wonder if President Trump is sort of putting out in this meeting, a signal to Capitol Hill and a signal to Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries that President Trump will work with anyone. That it's really not President Trump who's the problem. He will work with anyone to advance policies and results that actually work. And he showed that today.
John?
And Republicans want to paint the kind of more extreme parts of my party as the base or the leader of the party. But really, if you look at the elections in New Jersey and Virginia and model those out, that's actually probably the best path forward for Democrats. I mean, moderate centrist candidates have proven time and time again that they're able to win in tough places. And that if we're going to be a majority party, is where the party really needs to get back to.
And one of the other lessons, it seemed to me, John, from Virginia and New Jersey, and I'd like your thoughts on this, is You can be anti-Trump, but that can't be your lead item.
No, Democrats need to be for something, not just against it. And one thing that I will say that you could really look at both of these people in the Oval Office today and say, they looked like they were having fun, right? And that's something that I think that everyone's looking for in their public officials now. They want to see someone who's out there and actually enjoying what they're doing.
And Tiffany, part of what Zohran Mamdani's answer was, both of us are very clear in our positions. And it's been my experience covering Trump as a candidate and as president. Whatever you believe, if you know why you believe it, he respects you.
Yes, and I think that's why he invited him to the Oval Office. Mainly, I think, because they love New York City, and Trump does not want to see New York City fall and fail and crash and burn. But it was interesting to me as well, Trump, some of the questions he sort of presented, like, this is an opportunity for you. I think you will do quite well. And in some ways, he could be setting him up. If he crashes and burns, Trump's going to have to come in and save the day. And he's set up perfectly to do that.
John, 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. I certainly agree that the president was teeing this up so that he can walk it back later. I mean, the president views governing as a reality show. And that's really what today was. Again, I don't think that the president is really looking to build common ground in this space. He's looking to kind of associate himself with a winner, and then we'll be probably walking that back.
But
this is the same president.
New York be successful.
Sure. This is the same president, though, who hours before that was talking about the execution of Democratic senators. So, I mean, I don't know that this is like feel-good kumbaya moment in reality.
It may not be. Tiffany Smiley, John McCarthy, one thing we can say for sure, it's Friday. Have a great weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Next.